Live now.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I think we're live. Thank you everyone for joining the workshop for the Archway Hunt-A-Thon. Today we're here with Juan, the Director of Product and Software at CUDOS. My name is Jeffrey, and I'm super excited to be here today and to be the moderator for this exciting workshop session for the deploying a dApp front-end permissionlessly with CUDOS Intercloud. I think this will help the developer dive and what can be potentially built in the Archway ecosystem, and also with the CUDOS Intercloud as well. Before we kind of dive deeper into the workshop, I kind of want to intro the hackathon a little bit more and kind of talk about what the expectations are as well for the hackathon. Um, following the success of previous Archway hackathons, here we are today with a bigger and hopefully better as well hackathon that we'll be hosting, following the couple hackathons that we had prior. Um, you know, this is an exciting opportunity for developers to be part of the Cosmos ecosystem and build in this hackathon as well. So I think it will be a very good opportunity for these developers to join and be part and hopefully have an interesting and a unique time building in this ecosystem as well. um, I just want to remind everyone who's joining us today that feel free to ask us questions at any time during this entire workshop. I'll continuously be looking at the chat for any questions, comments, and or feedback as well. So just let me know, and Juan and I could kind of discuss and answer these questions as we go on. So if you'd like to kind of give us an introduction as well, um, and just kind of talk about the technical dive that and a little bit of the presentation that we have today. I'd like to present the stage to Joan today, and thank you for your time, and the stage is yours.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Jeffrey. And as you said, if there are any questions in the meantime, feel free to stop me because I don't think this is going to be, I'm not going to use the full hour, so we can stop in between if something's not clear. So yeah, thank you everyone. As Jeff said, I'm Joan from the CUDOS team, and today I'm going to present CUDOS Intercloud, and then we'll deploy. I'm not going to write any code today, but I'm going to show you some code from the cosmology team that might be of help to all of you for the front end, and then we're just going to install and run that in a VM. I only have 3 slides. So I will start by just talking about the background on the CUDOS project and CUDO, and about CUDO, the company behind it. Then I'll show you CUDOS Intercloud, which is the main product that we have in our chain. And as I said, we'll deploy a VM and we'll run a simple example. So I'm just going to run through this historically. CUDO Ventures is a company that started in 2017. And then our vision is to enable a more efficient use of the world's computing resources. And in that spirit, the first product that we released back in the day was CUDO Miner, which was a cryptocurrency mining application. Now, CUDO Miner is not the main focus that we have right now anymore, but it's still a thing that you can see. So I'm just sharing it out of curiosity. This is a product that's a few years old now, but it's still working. After that, the next big milestone from the company was that we released the CUDOS token, which initially was an ERC20 token in Ethereum, and we did that on January 2021. That token still exists and is still in use, and we have a modified version of the Gravity Bridge connecting Ethereum and our chain to send it back and forth. And I just said our chain, which kind of is a spoiler on the next point, which is that on June 2022, a year and a bit after releasing the token, we launched our own blockchain, so the CUDOS network, which is one of the chains in Cosmos, which is also why we're here. And then the CUDOS blockchain unites cloud and blockchain. So the main point of our blockchain is to provide computing resources to users of Web3 and blockchain, and also projects in the space. Just shortly after that, we also released CUDO Compute, which is a cloud platform, and it's a high-performance GPU cloud. So this has nothing to do with blockchain, but it's going to be relevant in a second. This is, as I just said, it's a cloud platform that aggregates smaller data centers across the world, and it provides an alternative to the big players in the space, gives more usage to smaller data centers. We also help smaller data centers use better resources that they might not be utilizing. And yeah, feel free to visit kudocompute.com. It's a cloud platform where you can find VMs. I can show you very quickly the dashboard. This is one of the projects that I have, and then creating a virtual machine. I will show you in a moment from the blockchain interface, but again, it's a GPU first cloud, so there are a few pretty nice GPUs to buy, a few different locations as well, and then storage, network, and a few other things. So coming back to this, since we launched CUDOS mainnet, we have been, well, our aim has always been to provide computing resources. So after we launched CUDO Compute, we also launched, actually at the start of this year, a product in the CUDOS blockchain, which is called CUDOS Intercloud, which is the main point of this talk. And CUDOS Intercloud is our blockchain interface to CUDO Compute, which I will show you in a moment. And then because of that, like we've been working hard, and we are trying, or are one of the leading projects in the DePIN space, the decentralized physical infrastructure network, because yeah, we we provide VMs and hardware infrastructure to projects and users that want it. So as I said, CUDO Compute is the non-blockchain cloud platform that our company has, and then we launched CUDOS Intercloud, which is the Web3 or blockchain point of access to CUDO Compute's infrastructure. And as we said, it's multiple locations and a lot of hardware available. I'll show you Intercloud in just a second. Just main highlights are you log in with either Kepler or MetaMask, and you can add as many wallet addresses as you want in your account. Then you add credit in the platform paying with crypto. We accept a wide range of assets in Cosmos and also USDC in Polygon and Ethereum. The UI can be found here, which we'll look at in a moment. And then the next milestone that we're working on is better smart contract functionality. And then we'll be sharing details about this soon. But let me go to CUDOS Intercloud, which is the platform where we connect with wallets to deploy VMs. And first, let me log in. Again, as I said, MetaMask or Kepler. I have my Kepler unlocked already, so I'm going to use Kepler. Just a message to make sure that we're logging to the right place. And then we have a few tabs here. The machines one is where you can see a list of all your machines, both running and historical. You can also remove ones if you want. This is an account I just created, so it doesn't have anything in yet. The Create tab is, at the moment, a simplified version of what I showed you in CUDO Compute, and we're going to go through this in a moment. As you see here, though, it says that I don't have credit, and that's because when I create a new account in Intercloud, I need to add credit. That's because VMs are paid with platform balance, and this balance is what we top up using crypto. And this is the balance that all the VMs use. So to top up my balance, I'm going to go to the Payments tab, and then here you can choose an amount in either dollars or crypto, click Pay, and we're going to do that in a moment. As we said, we accept a wide range of assets. For example, we accept CUDOS token, obviously, in our network and osmosis. We accept the Arch token from Archway. When I say from, I mean that you're holding Arch in Archway. You haven't sent it through IBC anywhere else. Atom in Cosmos, Osmo in Osmosis. As I said, USDC in Polygon and Ethereum, which is why you can log in with MetaMask. And also Axelar USDC in Osmosis. Since we're in the Archway Hackathon, I'm going to top up my account with the Arch token, of which I have some balance of. Let me just double check that quick. Yeah. So I'm going to top up $5 roughly, which is the minimum. I say roughly because there's some trades going on in the background that I will explain. So I approve the transaction in Kepler. We wait for a moment, and then I'm going to see a message saying that this is processing. Yeah, the payment has been accepted, but it's processing. This is going to take a minute, maybe a bit less, because for us it's very important that people have a stable balance and that things are predictable. At the moment, all of the suppliers that we have deal in dollars, and that means that we need dollars to take out of the account. So we do some trades, we send through IBC, and we do some trades in the background to convert to stable currency and make sure that we have a stable balance. And there you go. I just sent my Arch tokens, and I just got credited with just under $6 this time. Yeah, so now I have balance, and I can go and create a VM. Before I go there, I just wanted to quickly show the Identities tab, where we can connect multiple wallets. And when I log in with any of these wallets, I'm going to come to my account. So we just try to make it easy for people if they log in with Kepler or MetaMask or different Kepler accounts to always have access to the same VMs. Just quickly, for address, you see CUDOS here, but this is like it's an account in Kepler. Most changing in Cosmos use the same derivation, so this actually allowed me just now to pay in Arch, and just displaying the CUDOS address here. Okay, so let me go ahead and deploy a VM, and I will tell you in a moment what we will do with this VM. I'm going to deploy Ubuntu. As we said, we have a few regions, so you can see Los Angeles here. There's Santa Clara as well, Lagos in Nigeria, Bournemouth. Some regions here, I'm aware, are empty because we've had an increased use over the last few days. So yeah, some locations are just running a bit shorter on CPU resources. For example, this was a CPU data center in India, in Hyderabad. But for this demo, I'm just going to deploy a simple VM, one CPU, 2 gigs of RAM in Bournemouth, for example. I'm going to up the storage a bit, just in case. I already have an SSH key, but maybe just for completeness, I'm going to make this a bit bigger, and then I am going to create a new one, just in case that is of use to anyone watching. What's that? 2.9. SSH, I'm going to call this Archway. I'm just giving a name to my SSH key. Now I can look at it. So this is the SSH key that I just created. So I'm going to take this one, put it there. Yeah, and this is the SSH key that I will use to log into my VM. Startup scripts, we have some startup scripts that you can use. There's a button here for a fetch one to deploy agents. We're going to be adding one very soon, which deploys the multisig that Archway have. So that's also going to be one here, but I'm not going to use any right now. And you can also, well, you have to give a name to your VM. There's always a default, but I'm just going to call this Archway Hunt-A-Thon. There. And that's it. My CPU, sorry, my VM, some storage, my SSH key. So I'll just click confirm and deploy. And this is starting. It takes a minute or so, or maybe a bit less. It depends on the data center. It depends on the connection. But if I go to my machines list, we see that I have my VM here, which is starting. While it starts, I'm just going to show you this cosmology repo, which is quite nice. This is what I'm going to be installing and deploying just now. And again, just in case some of you don't know it, it might be of help. It's a great project from the cosmology team that makes it very easy. Well, it just straight up creates a front end where you can connect Kepler, and then you can connect with many Cosmos chains, and it has Cosmos.js and a few other things that help. So our VM is running already, so I'm gonna copy the IP address. I'm gonna come back to my terminal, and then I'm just gonna SSH root at the IP address. Yes, I'm sure. Okay, and we are in the VM. Again, our project at the moment it's only VMs, so all the infrastructure that we provide is you connect to it using SSH. Again, there's more features and more things that we will be releasing in the future, but right now we are focusing on VMs, and we're busy with the projects and the users using us, and with the smart contract. So with this, I'm going to install and run this this code as I just said, and I'm just going to cheat a bit. I have my instructions in the other screen. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just very quickly. Again, this is a VM, and I didn't use any startup script, and I didn't choose any special. Like there are some OS images that have NVIDIA or have other things. I've not used any, so this is a VM that doesn't have anything in. So to install this app from Cosmology, we need Node.js, we need Yarn, and we need a couple other things. So I'm just going to install all these things. The ones that come by default from Ubuntu are here. So for example, I have curl, I have vim, and I have a few others. But the first thing I'm going to do is install nvm to manage the Node.js versions. I'm just going to check that it's been installed by. I should run this first if I don't want to close my terminal. Now I do nvm -v, and it's the version that I wanted is installed. So I'm just going to install the latest long-term support version of Node.js, which that's going to be 2013. That's done. That was pretty fast. I am going to install npm. No, sorry, npm is already there. I'm going to install Yarn globally as well, because we need that for the cosmology. That's done. It's telling me to update npm, so I'm just going to do that as well, since it's real quick. Okay, and then we are already done with the preparations, I believe, so we can go ahead and install the Create Cosmos app from the Cosmology team. So I'm just going to npm install globally, since I'm just following this thing strictly. So I just copied the same command. And that's now installed. So I'm going to make this a bit smaller maybe. And as it says, the next step is to create Cosmos app. So I'm going to do that. I have to choose a name for my app. So I'm going to say Archway Demo, for example. I'm going to choose Connect Multi-Chain in this case. And now this is installing everything and doing what it needs to do. So we will wait for a moment here. Yeah, this doesn't take very long, but it does take a minute or two, maybe. In the meantime, okay, I will share my links in the chat in a moment. Maybe I'll do that right now, just in case. So yeah, well, that's useful for anyone really. Intercloud.cudos.org is the URL for Intercloud. If you want to visit our marketing site, that's CUDOS.org, which you can see here. And yeah, just in case, I'm going to share Kudo Computes 1 as well, since I showed it. Let's see how this is doing. Still fetching packages. So we will just wait for a moment and hope that nothing has gone wrong, since this is a live demo and they always tend to go wrong. I think, yeah, question live. So, where am I? For Intercloud, as I said, we're going to have some more startup scripts. We have a repo in GitHub that's public, and anyone can submit a pull request with new startup scripts that they want added in there. So if someone wants to do that, please go ahead. This is running, so a few warnings, but that's hopefully okay. Yeah, I can also show you the docs page and the FAQs. So we went through these first 4 tabs. Docs is just a link to docs.kudos.org, which I'm also going to send the link. And yeah, this is our docs for Intercloud. Again, right now the main way to connect and use Intercloud is with the front end. So we don't have many instructions on smart contract use, but as soon as we release the next version, we're definitely gonna update this and write the full instructions. There's some tips here about creating SSH keys and all of that. Yeah, basically everything I'm doing except what I'm doing in the VM is explained here as well. Okay, looks like, oops. Yeah, it's finished installing. So I'm just gonna go ahead and run this. So I'm gonna go to Archway demo and then take to yarn and yarn dev. So I'm just gonna click that and then yeah. So far so good. And now it's gonna build and deploy. It's using import 3000. So once this is finished, we'll go there and we'll take a look. So as I said, these are the docs. The other tab that we have here at the top are the FAQs, which are also a link to the docs, but there are some frequently asked questions. Yeah, this is something that we are also updating and that I will add more soon. But yeah, if any questions that people might have, the answer is either here or in our Discord, which you can find in our marketing site. Discord is the main place. So we have support in Telegram and Discord, both of them, but Discord is a bit more responsive, or at least I look more at Discord than I look at Telegram. So yeah, there's that. I'm going to explain as well. As I said, we have a stable balance, and we see that it's we see the prices here are all in dollars. And again, as I said, when there's a payment that's made into the platform, into my account, that it's not done in USDC from Polygon or Ethereum or in Axelar USDC, what we do behind the scenes to make sure at the moment that everything is stable is that we send that through IBC to Osmosis, we trade it for a stable for USDC, and then we take that amount and we credit it to people. All the trades are obviously on chain, so these are all transactions that you can see on Block Explorer. So this one would be in MinScan in Archway, for example. But I think this is not ready. I always forget things. But when this is ready, we're going to go to the Machines tab again. We're going to copy our SSH address, our IP address, and then this is building on port 3000. So if we go to the IP address of our machine in port 3000, yeah, right now it's not reachable because this has not finished, but now it's compiling. Once it finishes compiling and it builds, this is going to show up. And we'll have finished this demo, and we will have deployed front end that connects to Kepler and Cosmos chains very quickly, since we didn't write code today. Yes, if there are, let's make progress. If there are any questions in the meantime or anything that I'm asking the chat, I'm keeping an eye and I will answer. This has finished building. There's a warning for one chain. That's fine. And yeah, this is kind of the end of the road. We said that we would deploy this Cosmos app, which is running in the VM that we just deployed using CUDOS Intercloud. I can connect my wallet, which I'm going to do now. And yeah, that is about it from me. Yeah, I don't know if there are any questions or.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate like the kind of technical dive into how to build a VM in the cloud on CUDOS. It's really interesting to see. Just for the audience, everything will be recorded and posted on YouTube. So just kind of if you want to follow along when building this out, we got a very in-depth instructional video today on how to build a VM very simplistically and very quickly as well, as we could all see. So all the links will be shown, on video. It will also be on screen as well. So if you want to take a look at it and just kind of circle back to see the documentation, to see, all the resources that we use today, it'll be all recorded. So take a look at that as well. So I just want to kind of discuss with you and just kind of have a little bit of a conversation about, the Archway Hackathon with CUDOS as well, and just kind of talk a little bit on, some interesting, mechanics and some projects and use cases that can be used for, hackathon projects building on in the Archway Hackathon, and how they could, creatively implement CUDOS. I know, you guys have a VM, but do you have any like creative ideas for, developers building and some use cases that you could, potentially see?
Yeah, so one clear or easy use case that we can see are front ends. Probably most people that build something in this hackathon are going to need a front end, and they're gonna host it somewhere. And if they don't want to host it in their machines, so that it's always on, like we are a very good alternative, I believe, and you don't need to use Google Cloud, AWS, or one of these other ones. So, like front ends is the immediate and obvious go-to. There are like it's a VM and you can use it for whatever you want. And our hackathon track is very open because again, like we are promoting Intercloud at the moment, and our main aim is that people use our VMs from Intercloud. They can use Archway or whatever chain they want in IBC. But one interesting thing is that, as I said, this is GPU cloud. So there are very powerful GPUs out there. So, for example, some things that I've seen in other projects that could be interesting is like AI is very big now, and this GPU like V100, for example, is great for anything AI. So that's obviously not something that runs on the chain. And I think we can cater for almost any use case now of the people of the typical use workloads that you wouldn't run on chain because it's just impossible. So yeah, any image generation using AI. I don't know if anyone's going to be doing anything on ZK proofs, but that would also be pretty sweet. And these GPUs have very competitive prices as well. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's going to have a backend. Again, that's not going to be on chain. That's also going to be something that you could deploy in a VM. But yeah, that's
Yeah, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And just like kind of a few questions regarding Kudos going
mhm.
forward. I know that you had a few different, I guess pipelines going on. You had Kudos Ventures, Intercloud. Can you talk a little bit further about, I know you went over this a little bit in the beginning, but can you talk a little bit further about, the distinctions between each one and just kind of a short overview of what you guys are doing over there?
Yeah, of course. So I'm going to show the. Oh, uh, that's not a website I visit often. So, like Kudo Ventures is the parent company, and then and we have a few different products. But so Kudo or Kudo Ventures is the parent company. Uh, Kudo Miner is the first product I talk about, which is not the main name of the company, but it's a cryptocurrency mining application. Um, But the company has two other products, which are the two main products at the moment. One of them is CUDO Compute, which is the GPU-centric cloud that I will show you again in a moment. And the other one is the blockchain side of the business. So on the blockchain side, we have our mainnet, we have the token, and then we have CUDOS Intercloud. Um, and what we are using that for is, again, we are providing computing resources and VMs to web infrastructure to users and projects in the space. But we're effectively a consumer of our own product because so we have our cloud platform, which is CUDA Compute, that's traditional cloud, and then we both use it internally, but also we use Intercloud and our chain as the way for people to access it on chain. So I think I still explained in a confusing way, but there's CUDA Ventures, the parent company, and then right now two big things: CUDA Compute, which is a cloud platform, which is this thing, and then the CUDOS blockchain with CUDOS Intercloud, and CUDOS Intercloud is the Web3 or blockchain point of access to CUDA Compute.
Got it. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, with that, I think, I don't see any questions in the chat. So, Joan, if you have any, final thoughts, final comments before we, end off this session, would love to hear your, ideas right now if you have anything further to say before we head
Mhm.
off.
Um, no, I would just like to encourage everyone to participate in the hackathon and build. I've seen that some of the tracks are very interesting, and yeah, Archway just released some new things ready for this hackathon as well, which is very nice. Again, anything you want to run off chain, feel free to use Intercloud. Uh, yeah, like again for off chain components. As I said, at the moment it's mostly the UI that we have, and we're working on the smart contract functionality. We released our roadmap at the start of the year, and Q2 was when we started working on this. So that's what we are currently doing at the moment. We're still adding and improving features in here, but yeah, the smart contract is most of what we're doing. If someone doesn't want to use the front end right now, I would rather use something that's not this. They can get in touch with me in Discord, and yeah, it's just we don't have it available for people at the moment for the general public. But yeah, if someone's very keen, I'm always open to have a conversation. And Kudo Compute also has an API that you can use without going through the blockchain. And yeah, no, I'm just very excited to see what projects are built, who uses Intercloud and what for, and yeah, looking forward to review all the submissions from everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really want to thank everyone for their time today. Joan, thank you so much for your time today, coming on stage with me, giving this technical workshop. There's definitely a lot of use cases, and also for the hackathon, if you guys are gonna be using a VM for your backend, definitely be able to use Intercloud. I think it's one of the most simple and user friendly that I've seen so far, and it really simplifies the whole entire process of creating one. And this small little workshop and the instructional video that I saw, I felt like I could do it too with no coding background. So I really appreciate your time, and also, the instructions, and, walking us through this whole entire process today. Just to kind of talk about the Archway Hackathon a little bit further. So the whole entire Archway Hackathon, there's $100,000 prize pool that is up for grabs for developers. Kind of like John said, there is a lot of interesting tracks that you could be a part of, and implement your ideas. So there's a lot of variability and flexibility in the hackathon as well. The deadline is June 7th, so that is in about a month, at 12 a.m. UTC. Make sure you look at the deadline, and submit your projects beforehand, and then we'll be having the judging period a couple days after. The hackathon is already live, so if you want to head start, be able to join, get your project in. It's going to be a very competitive hackathon, from what I can see. So I think being able to get a good head start will be optimal for this hackathon. Yeah, that's just a little bit about the Archway Hackathon. There's $100,000 prize pool. You could, pick your tribe or pick your track. So I think it's a creative way. Check out the DoraHacks website where the hackathon is posted, for more details and information regarding it. It'll probably answer all of your questions that you may have. So just following through that, the whole entire live stream will be recorded. So all the links that John shared today will be up, up on the screen, so you could just kind of refer back. Kind of like what John said, if you want to contact him directly, or contact the community, there's Discord, there's Telegram, which all could be found on our website DoraHacks, or also on Kudos as well. So make sure to reach out to them. I'm pretty sure they would love to have you part of the community, and just kind of give them feedback, talk a little bit, discuss on what's going on and all the software and information. So make sure to reach out to us or to Kudos. We'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions, feedback, anything, any comments that you guys may have. But yeah, so with that, I would just like to thank John one more time for his time today. I really appreciate it. He really simplified the whole entire process, made everything look so easy. I know if I tried, I'll definitely have some technical difficulties in the back end, but he did it in one go perfectly on live, which is amazing as well. So with that, I just want to thank everyone in the audience again, and everyone for the time. We're really excited to run this Archway Hackathon. So looking forward to all your submissions, and can't wait for everything. Joan, if you have any final comments, thoughts before we say goodbye to everyone, this is the time, and then we'll start heading off.
No, I think that's mostly it from me. Just encouraging everyone on this hackathon, and yeah, wishing everyone very good luck. Thank you for having me, Jeffrey.
Awesome, thank you, and we look forward to everything that Kudos is doing as well. So we'll keep an eye out on that. So thank you very much, and I think we're good to go. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.